to That Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome to That Wrestling Podcast. The good, bad guys of wrestling podcasts are back talking all things of the week that was in professional wrestling. You know how we do. I'm Brian, Jason, Joe, Kevin. The gang's all here. The WWE draft is in the books, and they are headed to Puerto Rico tonight for SmackDown and on Saturday night for Backlash. We will get into our preview and predictions later on. But first, guys, let's talk about the draft. It took place last Friday on SmackDown and then Monday on Raw with some off-air picks being made. If you tune on Peacock, the SmackDown Lowdown and Raw Talk. Let's touch on this from a couple different angles. So first, what did you think of the actual format of the draft where we had like Triple H and the Legends? They'd come out, they'd make picks, they'd go back and forth. You had half the rosters eligible one night, you had half the next night. They've always, every time they do a draft, it's different. So what did you think about this format compared to the drafts in the past?
Well, they've done half and half before, so that wasn't anything new. And I think doing a war room is kind of silly. So I kind of like that. Gives the Legends something to do. But it was totally obvious when Sean comes out, you know it's going to be an NXT pick.
Okay.
But I liked it. It was drafted. They're fun. It's time to shake it up, and we'll see where it goes from there.
I think they should have done it like that first year that it was Fox and USA, where they had the Fox Sports Football robot in the war room.
I like the war room, Jay. Yeah, Joe said he didn't miss it. I like the war room. I missed it.
Yeah, I thought that would have been fun, especially since, you know, Logan Paul's brother Jake has his own version of that robot when they do the boxing press conferences. So it was what it was. You know, I think it's weird the free agent statuses. and if next year they should just do a superstar shakeup. But the only people that can be drafted are from NXT. Ooh. It's less picks, and it allows the main people from NXT to move up. And then, of course, the new class of people coming into NXT. The Cavender twins are those two women basketball players from Miami who they just signed NIL deals. And, you know, with the Bellas throwing their temper tantrum and not wanting to use that name anymore, I think by this time next year, the Cavender twins could be on Raw or SmackDown.
One highlight I liked is when they split it up, right? Just imagine if everybody was available in the same pool, then it would get the top of the top, right? So say like Seth Rollins. He was like third pick second night. If he was third pick, that would be like fourth round, right? Seth isn't a fourth round guy. That was the one nice thing that I saw them separate, because you still had, you know, Cody, you still had, the separation I thought was super nice in that aspect. I thought when you used the Legends, I thought maybe save, you know, Teddy Long when you saw him multiple times. You saw JBL, like the specialness of seeing Eric Bischoff solo the one night. I thought that was cool. Maybe you should have had, instead of having Sean and Road Dogg come out, just have Sean do the whole thing. Don't separate it. Then you have Road Dogg do a whole segment. Then you have RVD, if he's already going to be at Raw, maybe do that type of thing. Versus it kind of cheapened it seeing that. But I did kind of like seeing Molly Holly shed blast from the past, right? Like those type of things. That was cool. So one little gripe, one little positive. I thought the separation of the talent was questionable at times. But I enjoyed it. It's fun.
Yeah, I think it had some pluses. It had some things, like I said, I missed the war room. I thought the war room's fun. It's a little cheesy, but I like that because that's kind of the point of a draft, is to, you know, oh, I need this guy or girl. And so the fact that I guess the very first draft was Vince and Ric Flair making picks against each other. And so you miss that, because what Road Dogg and HBK and Michael PSAs and Molly, everybody, it felt like they were just announcing like, and the winner is, you know, it was like an award show. So it's just a little bit different. So I'd like that at least it was back and forth, because I hated the one year where they're like, it's 2 picks for Raw for every 1 for SmackDown because of the 3 hour, 2 hours. So I'm glad they got rid of that bullshit. So could have been better, could have been worse. So what were some of your favorite or least favorite moves of the actual roster shaking out?
Well, I don't like that you look like a shop teacher in that flannel shirt. That's my first take from the draft that I don't like. While I am not a fan of this free agent nonsense, I do really want Von Wagner and Zoe Stark to be some like crazy brother-sister combo on the main roster. Yeah. I think that could be a lot of fun. I've been high on Von Wagner. I thought him and Kyle O'Reilly could have been Shawn and Diesel, but of course that didn't
was
really
a blast
happen
for like 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, the highlight of the draft obviously is the fact that I got Pretty Deadly to SmackDown right. Wow. I don't know who won, and that's fine. We'll figure
talk
that
about
out
that
in a bit. Yeah. But that's the highlight. I got it right because that's what I do.
Joe, highlights, lowlights?
Highlights was most of the people moving shows was a right call. There was just one complaint I had, and it was I wanted Cody to be away from Raw, to be away from the World Heavyweight Championship. I wanted Cody to go after Roman Reigns. Now, if he gets the that one, it'll be like kind of like the consolidation prize.
He's going to win Money in the Bank. Heard it here first.
Yeah, that will make sense. So it's like, I would have liked to see.
Argument is invalid.
If he wins Money in the Bank and goes after it, then I'll be happy. But it was like he was a first pick of the night, so that was awesome as well. So it just still gives him his momentum. But yeah, I would have liked to see him when Roman be on the same show, and I would have loved to have seen the Usos be on a different show than the rest of the Bloodline.
Yeah, they
were teasing that, and it didn't happen.
Yeah. And it kind of like with the Usos, with and I liked it because kind of left it open in the air, like, oh, but what about Judgment Day with Rhea and the rest of the guys separated? Was it just because you didn't want to throw Rhea and make her as such an unbelievable champion? Like, I don't want to say put down a peg being drafted overall, that type of thing. That's probably why they did the Usos with separation of Roman. I really enjoyed Imperium going to Raw. I'm excited to see some of those matchups with Gunther, right? I can't say
hey, Kev, I don't know if you know, he's from Austria.
He is. You should have put he slaps. Did the kid still say that?
I don't know.
Mel Kiper didn't say that, so I'm guessing it's not as
maybe.
Cool
Yeah, maybe it's out now.
Some of the matchups, some people left together. Some fun matchups will be there, which of course is the whole main point for the draft. I
think everyone was left together. I don't think they separated any team.
I was going to say, did anybody get split?
I mean more of a situation of, like Bronson Reed was on Raw, went to SmackDown. Bobby also went to SmackDown. So that's like a continued rivalry, both on the new show.
Theory went to SmackDown.
Theory went to SmackDown too.
But in the situation, like Seth's still on Raw with Gunther. Like that's a new matchup potentially. That's what I mean.
And,
so some
Edge is on SmackDown while Judgment Day is on Raw. So that's done.
And LWO. So it leads to a lot of openings for new stuff. Hopefully it just puts some excitement. Grayson Waller, not gonna lie, super, 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 super pumped. Brian knows my sadness. When I went to bed, I was just like, I hope he doesn't get drafted. I don't want to see him drafted on the damn supplemental. I'll be so fucking pissed. And then like his promo, Brian's like, I just watched it live and I was like, oh shit. Okay. I'm getting out of bed. I'm turning on my phone to watch it. Saw the shoey. That gets me excited because it's like the chip on the shoulder type situation. So I went from so bummed out because I was like, oh, are they going to make him like a supplemental joke kind of? And then like totally the opposite. I'm excited to see where that goes tomorrow. That is one of the things I'm most excited for.
Kevin, were you more disappointed than the Kings blowing a 2-0 lead to the Warriors?
Oh, man. No, couldn't be. I'm disappointed. I was a sad panda. The beam is under repair. Oh,
closed for the summer.
God damn you, Steph Curry. You're fucking amazing.
He makes it look so effortless. That's what I love about Steph Curry.
He's the greatest shooter ever.
So good. So good. So
next year the Kings will be like, turn on the flashlight.
Yeah. Bleep, bleep. It does hurt that my two teams have both been eliminated. The Celtics in the finals to Seth Curry and the Kings to Seth Curry. Like, Jesus, Seth Curry. Or Steph Curry, excuse me. I'm getting the brothers confused. Be nice to my teams. Leave them alone.
Well, you better hope the Celtics don't fuck this one up.
I know. I think they'll be all right, but Philly's tough. We'll see.
I think what I'm really hoping for is somehow the Celtics and the Lakers make it to the finals, because this will be an unbearable podcast if that happens. So
it would be like the Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns main event all over again. I want to see that every year.
Celtics Lakers. Put Magic courtside. Put Kareem courtside. Everybody.
Magic drives that tractor courtside. Brings up the floor.
That would improve it. That would. That's a good one, Kev. Getting back to the draft, my favorite, least favorite moves. I think you guys touched on it. Least favorite, not one tag team was split up or one group. I would have liked to see at least something. I mean, my personal one was Montez Ford. I'm dying for him to have a singles run. So that was a disappointing. Favorite, I mean, I was actually really surprised at the amount of NXT call-ups that there were. They just kept on coming, and that was fantastic. And I was surprised that it was the women's tag champs, Isla Dawn, Alba Fire, Indi Hartwell, the women's champion, and it kept going. But I love that. I think that NXT since the 2.0 and cycled through however long that's been now, over a year, that any of these picks, and like you said with Grayson Waller, like, yeah, it's time to shine. And let's get these new recruits, trainees, whatever you call them in the Performance Center. Let's see them on NXT and keep it going. It's the true developmental now. And so I think that's going to play out really well with some entertaining shows based on the call-ups.
And one more, I don't want to interrupt.
No, you're good.
One, I'm really, really excited to see how he comes out. Hopefully he interrupts LA Knight. Cameron Grimes is kind of exciting. They had
they did that in NXT, so I don't know if they want to do that again.
That's what I mean. But he's been away for a while, getting jacked.
I was gonna say, apparently, word on the street is he is getting.
The dude
jacked.
Looks jacked. I'm excited. That's one call up where totally didn't even think of.
Yeah,
totally
out of sight, out of mind for probably 6 months. It seems like.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that, if you looked at it, if Raw or SmackDown won the draft? I thought it's pretty balanced, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think.
I think it was the winner. I think it's even. The one that did not make sense to me was Carter and Kate. Not
a fan of them, huh?
No, they're like 3 feet tall. They're like in the minis division. Like, is that like put them in lucha masks? Like, Like,
I like that they're an actual team, though.
I like that they're a team.
Yeah.
I just don't think they're going to work on the main roster.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Charlotte's like 3 feet taller than both of them.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, can you imagine Charlotte?
They can't face Charlotte or Rhea.
Oh, Charlotte lifting that
Bianca.
Just run right into it.
I mean, that's like me standing next to you fuckers because you're all 6'8" and above, and I'm 5'10". Like, come on.
Yeah. That's a good point. It will look a little odd, but yeah, I'm glad it's a tag team and not where like it's Natty every week. Natty's friends with Shotzi, now with Sonya Deville, Carmella, so
Natty and friends,
right? So I'm like, hey, we have a team. This is good. Maybe we can build something off.
Coming to Peacock this fall. Natty and Friends.
Is that the spinoff of Friends? It's like but with Natty in with the crew there.
Not your best.
Natty's old.
Finally, we did have the TWP draft last week where we did predict who would get drafted and to what brand, like Jay alluded to, with Pretty Deadly to SmackDown. By the way, glad they didn't drown.
I know. That, Jay, I was worried.
Tony D and they put him in the river, but yeah, they got out of that. Kevin, the master of the spreadsheets. Please tell the listeners and the viewers who the winner is.
Yeah. So 4 of us competed, 13 rounds. And we have a clear winner. 4th place, though, with 1.83 points. These points were getting a little crazy, right?
Yeah.
Because if a faction got drafted, you got the fraction of the point. Jason with 1.83 points.
Thankfully, Pretty Deadly got you the 1 point.
It's not a bad.
You started strong.
I'm gonna make a request for next year. Everybody's a point, because this whole
I agree.
quarter of a point, third of a point. Like when Kevin sent the updated over the weekend, I'm like, yeah, everyone's a point next year.
I'm glad Kevin was in charge, because I was not. Anymore.
And it got really confusing, because when we drafted, like a half hour later, it was like Brawling Brutes are all in one, where Brian picked Sheamus. I didn't even think about the damn OC, right? When I picked AJ.
Well, what about the LWO? I get 80% of that point?
80%.
While Rey Mysterio went somewhere else?
Well, perfect example. So you picked the LWO, you got 0.8 points. To get up to 3.13, you got the Detroit 313 for 3rd place. But that's the thing. If you would
I got
LWO,
3.13.
Yeah. So I figured, Ray's over the or outside of the LWO, I wouldn't have picked him. So like next year, maybe separate, blah, blah, blah. So between 2nd place and 1st place was a difference of 0.003 of a percent.
Wow.
0.05 difference between 2nd and 1st place. And I have an asterisk next to mine, because I'm still fighting for that 0.5 for Brock Lesnar, by the way, because he was announced. He was announced, but he was announced that he could be on both shows. So I have
he announced as a free agent, so it doesn't count.
I have an asterisk that I'm a sore loser at 2nd place by losing 0.05.
Brian wins again.
I had 4. Oh no, not just Brian. He's not known as Brian. He's known as Brian 7 shirts, because he's up 7 new shirts in 2023.
Are you
7.
really?
Between what? Rumble, Mania?
3 Rumble, 3 Mania, 1 draft.
Look at that.
Brian's total is now 10. Way to go, Brian.
Come on. What can I say, guys?
Wow.
Maybe I will had a little inside sources from Mel Kipper on. Thought maybe things would shake out. I'm not quite sure. I think the pick that put it over the top was Ricochet, with like a half a point with him and Braun to Raw. So thank you, the one and only Ricochet. I will gladly hold my championship crown. This is a run of epic proportions that I'm on in 2023. I only hope I can keep it going for SummerSlam and anything else that pops up.
That's why that Grayson Waller, I was like, there's no way he's not going to be picked. And then when he's in the supplemental, I'm like, make this guy a fucking chip on the shoulder guy. Please.
How cool was that Tom Brady shirt he had on?
Yeah,
amazing.
Love it.
I found it. I found it online. It's such a cool shirt. Yeah.
It says GOAT, right? It's Brady and his like combine photo where it's just like Joe Average guy, and it just says GOAT.
Drafted in like the 12th round or something. Right. Yeah. So
6th
cool.
round,
so cool.
number 199.
Brian, do you know what shirt you're going to pick?
Exactly.
Have you decided?
I haven't yet. No.
20% off homage today.
Okay.
Now, like I said, let me know.
2 hours and 28 minutes.
The other 2 have to pay me. So
love it. Well, before we do wrap up draft talk, we can't move on until we hear from the TWP draft expert, Mel Kipper. Mel is back with his reaction to all things WWE draft. Mel, take it away, Mel. The floor is yours.
Oh, Jesus.
Mel, you're on mute.
You're on mute.
God damn it, Mel.
Rookie mistake, Mel.
What?
Brian, come on.
Come on, Mel. I got to patch you through again. Hold on one momento. I swear I did this last time too. That's weird. It says share sound is clip.
Last week you couldn't figure out where the fucking play button was.
Yeah. All right. Can you hear this?
No.
That's weird. It does say I'm sharing. Let's stop this. I'll tell you what. I'll pop off and I'll come.
I'm sorry.
Right
Mel
over.
is having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
It says move on.
All right. Uno momento, friends. I'll be right back. And
it's just funny that Mel Kiper, we pay him all this money to be the draft expert, and his tech team cannot get their shit together. I mean, this is worse than Joe insisting that it was Bruce Campbell, not Bruce Pritchard Con. Like, we don't use shoot names here, Joe. It was the Bruce Pritchard Con that you went to, not Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell is his real name. Bruce Pritchard is the working name.
We're still doing that? We're still doing that?
So, like, the fact that you were doing that, then the fact that
money
this Mel Kiper bullshit, we pay him all this money to be on our program exclusive. He's not doing this anywhere else because every other podcast is doing draft. He's nowhere else. He's here. And they can't even get their shit together, man.
Well, he does make 0.005% of what we all make, so. And
okay.
Here we go.
They are
thinking,
making me restart a Zoom audio device. Yeah. What a effing
we just pretend. Well, that was one hell of a draft.
Oh,
great job, everybody. Jason, you did an amazing job by picking Pretty Deadly.
It was your only full point.
That was a pretty deadly pick.
Yeah. All right, let's just move on. Dud.
Yeah.
Dud. Mel Kiper's a dud. We need
right.
Sal Palantonio next time.
Please restart your. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do like a whole restart.
Adrian Wojnarowski. We need the real draft experts.
Unbelievable.
Fucking Mel Kiper. It's because he's your wife's cousin. Right. Whatever.
That'll be a little TWP extra, I'm afraid. Unbelievable. All right, now where were we? Let's talk about something an AEW that got a little bit of traction this week. Talking about the new shirt from Britt Baker, which if you haven't seen it, it's a close-up of her face with her left eye all busted up, all black and blue. Now, that was from the Outcast on AEW TV. Well, there has been some response to this shirt that feel that how this is depicted is promoting domestic violence. Guys, where do you stand when you saw this shirt and read about this reaction?
I'm not surprised that, one, they put it out. It's smart. Now, the storyline is Jericho's using it as a troll bit to get at Adam Cole. But then Britt Baker said, hey, let's get paid off this. Let's make some money off this. Storyline, kayfabe. We get that. And if you think this is a domestic violence thing, you're a fucking asshole. It's not. We all know it's pro wrestling.
It's not pro wrestling.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
Oh, that shoemaker who dropped her kids off at school might not know that.
Then why does she care? Why does she care? That's the issue. Why does she care? What, you didn't have a cause this week? There wasn't enough outrage for something else that happened on Instagram or Facebook? Give me a break.
Would you wear the shirt?
I want to wear the shirt, but it's like I don't wear a lot of. I only have 2 AEW shirts. That's not the point. The point is know the background before you get outraged. That's the problem. Yep. Know the background. Like I was watching AEW Wednesday night, and my wife was watching it too, and she saw the shirt, and I told her the story, and she went, "They know it's wrestling, right?" Yeah. And I'm like, "You tell me." And she's like, "That's just stupid."
That should just be everybody's online response. It's wrestling, right?
That should be on the back of the shirt.
Yeah.
That would be the thing that people would see the shirt and go, "What the?" And then I
think
I know where you're
shirt should say, it's wrestling, right?
You could have that as a tagline.
Kevin, you are wearing the Britt Baker bloody face. Have you worn that in public?
Oh, all the time.
Anybody say a word to you about it?
Nope.
So do you think is that because there's a name above it and
I also
black eye shirt is just a black eye
picture? And she's smiling.
She's smiling. Where the other one
is that what makes it different?
Looks like it could be a shot if you were taking like police photos after getting beat up or something. That's the difference.
Evidence
but
photos.
This shirt I wore because I can see both sides.
It's a Brett's PTA meeting.
Nope, tomorrow's the school carnival. I should have.
Okay, cool.
But I can see both sides. The shirt's not for me. I wouldn't wear it, but I can see people wearing it at like an event. I think if I walked down the street and I didn't know what it was, it would probably pique interest to be like, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But it's gritty.
Wasn't it like Fox News that?
Well, Fox News gets mad at everything.
Brian,
they suck.
I'm sorry, Jay.
Was it Fox News that, or CNN or somebody? I mean, wherever this story got started.
Yeah. I think you said Fox News, and I don't know if it was. Remember if it was an opinion column or just, hey, this is something that's going on online, and we're reporting it. Yeah, I mean, I get the comparison, but yes, obviously, if you go beyond the surface, it's not domestic violence. So I think if you're a wrestling fan and you say that, that's where you're wrong, because you know better. This is wrestling. This is a show. It's all part of how the story was. Could Joe Schmo, not you, Joe, but Joe Schmo in the grocery store see that and go, yeah, that's a little disturbing. I can see that as well. I wouldn't wear the shirt, not just because I'm a cheap ass. I wouldn't wear it
because you're a cheap ass. That's
not just because.
You know what?
Not just because. I wouldn't wear it.
Baller Brian 7 shirts.
I know, right?
That should be the shirt he has to get.
I don't want that shirt. I don't want Harper and Fiona going, Daddy, what's wrong with her eye? Yeah, we're not gonna.
No, they won't, because on the back you're gonna get penciled.
That's true.
Right?
Well,
you know it's wrestling, right?
If they do it that way, if they take my idea, then yes, I will purchase that.
I don't know. Is it for me? I don't know. But Joe, you are also a horror fan. Like, do you have any kind of like graphic, scary shirts of like Freddy or?
No, the only horror shirt I have is
Bruce Pritchard con?
No, I don't have that. But
Mustafa
Kevin's Britt Baker shirt that he's wearing now, when I look at that, it reminds me of like an Evil Dead shirt starring Bruce Campbell. But
don't use his real name.
But the only horror shirt I think that I have a Halloween shirt, which is just the mask. So that's not scary. And I have a Camp Crystal Lake rowing team shirt from Homage that says
a funny one.
You're going to have to, race for your life.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. Like, I don't go around in public wearing bloody shirts or anything like that, because it's not my style. It doesn't mean that I'm anti-horror, but it's just like not my style.
Hey, Kevin, when we get to Vegas next week, I'm going to take you to Nightmare Toys. It is this huge toy store, collectible store. It's all horror and scary stuff. It's pretty awesome. Vegas is,
To follow up, though,
which have all the horror behind me,
as they always say, or Eric Bischoff, controversy creates cash. There it came out today. It's the number one selling shirt. Right now.
And Brian still has my book of that.
Where's that book?
18 years later.
Yeah, I'll finish it one of these days.
He's on chapter 9.
Are they is AEW then going to sell like a removable tattoo of a black eye?
Who knows?
Maybe in pro wrestling crate this month. Who knows?
You never know. We got Cody tattoos. So. Yeah, we're not far off. Interesting discussion there. We got more AEW stuff to talk about, but real quick, I want to go back to Tuesday NXT. I think I mentioned it. Indy Hartwell was drafted, so she comes out Tuesday night. She's got a bum ankle, by the way, from her match last week, where it was a shoot injury, taking a top rope move off of Tiffany Stratton. But she relinquishes the title. Sounds like they'll have some sort of tournament of some sort for the next NXT Women's Champion. Who do you think should be next to be champ, or who do you want to be the champion next? And Jay, you're number one on NXT of the four of us, so please start.
If we're gonna go heel, Tiffany Stratton.
Agree.
If we are going babyface, get it back to Roxanne. Cora Jade's obviously also in the conversation because her character work is unbelievable. She's so good.
Yeah.
And but I think your front two are Tiffany Stratton or Roxanne. Now, I would love a sleeper, like an unknown, like a Wendy Chu. I mean, Sol Ruka just got hurt.
Yeah, she was one I thought
NXT
about.
anonymous storyline of people getting beat up, but nobody knows who it is. I would, you know what? 6-pack bet right now to any of you. The next NXT Women's Champ, Mandy Rose.
Oh, I love it. I'll take the bet, sure, because I don't think it'll happen. But that's that's a bet.
Hey, remember that time that I picked Roman to win at WrestleMania?
Yeah,
nobody else thought that was going to happen either.
Fair.
Remember that time he picked Pretty Deadly to go to SmackDown?
Got that
time
right.
too? Nobody saw that.
I mean, those are the only two he got right, but they were big.
Yeah, go big or go home.
Technically, he got 3 right. Let me pick the draft out of the garbage.
No, we don't care. We don't care.
We're done. We're done with draft talk. After that
Mel
Kipper
situation.
Mel, are you with us, Mel?
I'm here. I agree with Jay. I think Tiffany Stratton would be fantastic. She looks the part. She's getting better in the ring. And I'll say it again. She looks the part. If Braun not getting drafted could lead him to stay in NXT for a little bit, say somehow
I don't think he can compete for the women's title.
No, listen. But he's competing for the men against Carmelo. Say he beats Carmelo, Cora Jade wins it. Their real life, together? Little destruction, both of them leading the 2 biggest titles. I think Tiffany Stratton, though, because she looks nice.
If it's not
she's getting better.
If it's not a returning Mandy Rose, then it has to be Tiffany because they're pretty much the same anyway. But if we wanted to do like a dark horse, someone that has no chance whatsoever, you just want to guess.
Ava. Ooh.
Yeah, that's
I like that.
I want just to really shake things up. Just Ava. Why not? If you one would have her in the tournament, have her be the dark horse, and have her win, that would get headlines for NXT's new generation anyway, because she's related to someone really famous.
She certainly is. Yeah, that's the great choices really all around, guys. Yeah,
that's even better than mine. Wow, which is weird because you suck.
Yeah, average Joe Schmo, all these Joes that are on today's show. Might as well say something right.
There's a lot of rhyming too going on there. That was good.
Brian, who did you pick?
I didn't pick. I mean, Tiffany was where my head was going first and foremost. But yeah, with the different call-ups, I might have said before the call-ups, I would have said Zoe Stark. I don't know. I think I need something a little bit more from Roxanne, but I think Tiffany, I think it'd be great. I think she's completely ready, and that'd be my pick. But I love both your choices.
I'm sure the answer is no. Did you guys see the video I sent you today of Booker T ordering Postmates during Indi's promo?
He wanted his chicken parm.
He did.
Unreal.
I wouldn't deliver there with all the accidents that happened in that parking lot. No way.
That delivery driver. In the notes, it says, come to the parking lot, Shucky Ducky. What is that? That's weird. Okay. Whatever works for your old book. Let's go back to AEW. We talk about Dynamite. They did the convoluted way we all thought, or at least I remember Joe specifically. I'll tip your my cap to you there, buddy, if I was wearing one. Double or Nothing main event is set. We are doing the 4-way main event pillars of Jungle Boy and Sammy and Darby and MJF. You guys happy with this direction?
Yeah. Finally, it's not going to be an ex-WWE guy in the main event. Mm-hmm. And it's the 4 pillars. It's basically moving on to what AEW should have been for the longest time. What I'd like to see this match become is an elimination match.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Was that Mel? Mel, can you hear us, Mel?
And the people agree. Okay. I'd like to see it as a also as an elimination match. But other than that, they made the right call.
If it's not an elimination match, I think it just be fatal 4-way. All 4 in the ring at the same time. Just go fucking balls out. Mm-hmm. And it has to be last. It has to be the last match of the pay-per-view.
It has to. I think.
Don't say that. No, because they might do the Elite versus the BCC and the returning CM Punk. I mean,
that would be maybe the one that would be.
It has to be the title.
Well,
no,
I'm not saying. I'm saying if there would be a discussion, that would be the one, and I don't think it should.
You know what I liked? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, man. I thought
I was just Kev, you're a fan too.
No,
this is the way to go.
I'm a fan with everyone, what they say. And if it's not last, then that just puts it that they don't care about the pillars. Yeah. They will care about, excuse me, the elite more. Not the elite are great. Don't get me wrong. They're great. But the build up for this it's not been phenomenal, but it's been pretty damn entertaining in something.
Sammy hasn't been this entertaining in a long time.
I agree. I all of them I think have stepped up. Like Jungle Boy has been like a little rocky on the roller coaster. This made him main event. That's the exciting thing, and it's got to be a main event. And I want it to be a half hour minimum. Put those guys. All four of them can go. All four of them are in amazing shape. There's no reason why it can't go that long at minimum.
Jay, was there some other AEW Dynamite?
Touch on. I'm not gonna lie, I was not in the mood to watch Dynamite yesterday or Wednesday, so I went and I had a chicken sandwich at Shaq's Big Chicken. The Big Aristotle, Munster cheese, chicken. Yeah, it was pretty good. Anyway, so I got home about 6:30. So I scanned through most of Dynamite. The two things that I really loved the most, the Sheeta swerve, really well done.
Yeah. Good.
Surprisingly, because the women's division has not been the most well-run division on that roster, and the House of Black open house. The rules, I love it. I love those two segments. And the ending of the main event, the tag match, it was cool. I like, the dissension amongst, MJF going into the locker room, getting in Darby's head, and then, Sammy cost. Yeah, I loved it. And I may go back and watch it, but overall, the Sheeta swerve, though, because when she got in there and she hugged Saraya, I'm like, really? Again? And needless to say, the segment turned around the right way. And if you guys are watching AEW Half Access after Dynamite, Ruby is kind of not a great person. I get it. Ty broke your nose. Yeah. It wasn't on purpose, but she just keeps insisting that it was. And I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not on this Outcast storyline. So, but the Sheeta swerve was perfect.
It was good. I had a laugh too. If you guys saw the Mark Briscoe on the farm and Jarrett and Jay, no. Okay, here's the only thing
I saw it. I didn't like it.
I liked.
Why?
I liked one thing about it, especially just when Mark opens the door, he's got the little baby in his hand, and I think it's Jarrett who goes, "What a beautiful baby girl," and Mark Briscoe just yells, "Boy!" I don't know. That popped me because Mark Briscoe is ridiculous. And I don't know. They were on the farm. I thought it was funny. I don't know.
And Jarrett was about to sing.
Yes, he was. Yes.
And while Satnam did wear the same clothes as me on the Jericho cruise, I will not be wearing denim overalls with nothing underneath.
That should have been the punishment for losing the draft. Overalls to the loser, but we didn't know ahead of time.
The overall
Kevin's
loser.
down.
The overall loser.
The overall loser has to wear overalls at SummerSlam.
Wow.
That'll be next year.
Shit. Let's hope we forget about this.
We all going as the Godwins.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a pretty good memory. I could be like going back to the archives. Nope. No. Check YouTube. Here it is.
Leave the memories alone. Please edit this out, Jay. All right.
Great transition if you're moving on to the Dynamite.
Yes.
Good job, Brian.
We do want to leave the memories alone. If it's not official now, it's about to be when the new AEW Collision show comes in June. AEW Dark and Dark Elevation are going away. Guys, do you have a favorite memory of AEW Dark Elevation? And Joe, I see you nodding your head if you want to go first.
Oh, my favorite memory of, there's just so many, but the one that stands out the most, Brian, you were there. I got to at least share my favorite memory with one of my favorite people. When we went to Little Caesars Arena for Blood and Guts, and Dark was on, and we both just went, we don't watch this online anyway. Let's just go get a beer, and missed the entire taping of it. That was my favorite memory of AEW Dark. I'm sorry if I stole yours, Brian, but that was just like that just tugs at the heartstrings.
It's all up there.
This is an asterisk memory because I'm not sure if it was real or not. I think they filmed some Dark matches on the Jericho cruise, the second one, when they did Dynamite on the cruise, and I was part of the people that sang Judas for the first time. That became a worldwide phenomenon. It's all because of me, because I was there. So yeah, Dark on the Jericho cruise. And if it didn't happen, it's a lot of boozing that week. Kevin, you'll find out next January. So.
Have a favorite AEW Dark or Dark Elevation? Either one, a favorite memory.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll say this. I feel
so many.
I feel like the last episode they just gotta just have a black screen and just say the end or something. I don't know.
Dark's going dark.
It'll be nice to finally stop saying, oh, there's a new guy in AEW. Can't wait until he goes on Dark in 2 weeks.
I know.
Well, it's going to be Ring of Honor. Then the joke will be, he'll be on Ring of Honor in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because apparently that's what's going to happen. The indie guys that are getting the shots on Dark and Elevation, they're going to be doing a lot of that on Ring of Honor, which
is fun.
Could be HBO Max by the time All In and All Out comes.
Or just Max because they're dropping the HBO.
Okay, so in there is talks that because those pay-per-views are a week apart, they could be making it part of the streaming deal. Probably like $20 a month. Or maybe All In is pay-per-view, All Out might be on Wednesday on Dynamite. Wow. You know how they do that sometimes where they give Dynamite like a nickname? It could possibly be that as well. But All Out is the Memorial Day or Labor Day. I always get those confused. The end of the summer. But if it's part of the streaming, I think it'll be worth it, because especially if you get all of Ring of Honor and the back library for AEW, 4 years worth is great, because I'm kicking myself that I deleted Dynamite from the Jericho cruise. Can't find it anywhere.
It'll be fun to watch. Yeah.
So
it'll be fun. And maybe the rumor is that whenever if you're in the TV advertising world, they call them the upfronts, and word is that's when Collision will be like formally announced, and maybe all of that with Max will be announced as well. But
my wife will be at upfronts in New York in 2 weeks, so maybe she'll get some inside information.
Awesome. We have boots on the ground, or our sources in the television industry. I will share my screen, not for Mel Kipper. Mel is not going to be part of the show. My favorite moment from AEW Dark and Elevation, and we're not going to watch it because again we have technical difficulties. But just look at the headlines here of these web pages. Have you ever seen the Marina Shafir promo?
No.
Okay. So you can just look at the headlines, guys. The worst promo in AEW history. Elite botches. The promo's one of the worst. Twitter roast. Inaugural promo.
When the violins play, violence is on the way.
The worst promo in AEW history. You know me. You don't know me. It's bad. It's so bad. I watched that and I went, what? And the crowd it's stunning. And so
Brian, maybe we could put that up on Facebook or something today.
We'll have to, we'll share the link. Because if you haven't seen it, it's something to behold. Whoa, it's a lot going on there.
Well, it's really nice.
That's my favorite
I read it. It was a person said, I recreated her promo in my drama class.
I want to see that. Is there footage of that?
Which is probably more entertaining than that promo that I didn't know existed.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh my God. We'll check that out. Jay, you did get to check out too on Sunday night for A&E. It was the debut of the new Stone Cold show.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Talk about a guy that just looks like he is having so much fun in life. Now he was the focus of Buried Treasures. Booker T is the host, and his hunters are Mick Foley and Lita. They were looking for the original Broken Skull title, They were looking for a knee brace. They kind of went around a few places. They went to Austin's ranch in somewhere in Nevada, and they found some stuff. But the Austin show, and I'm blanking on the name of his show that comes on after Buried Treasures, but he literally is just like, A&E's going to give me a RV, and we're just going to go to Instagram and say, hey, what are you doing? And what should I come do? So he went bowling in a seniors league.
Oh, that's fun.
Nice.
And, him in normal settings, he's the life of the party. Like, these people don't know him as the wrestler. I mean, they know he's a wrestler. They don't know the impact that he had on the industry. And he brought them all bowling shirts, and there was this nice old lady like, oh, I like that one. He goes, you know what? I will let you have my shirt when it's done. It was like a bowling pin, the button-down bowling shirt. And it was just cool. And then he did, he's an ATV rider, on his ranch. And there was something called Sand Mountain. And he's just driving this RV, and there's literally just in the middle of nowhere, it's this giant fucking sand mountain. And they take the ATVs up, and they had some like pro racers that he rode with, and everything's mic'd up and cameraed up. So great shots. And then finally, Kevin, he went to Las Vegas and learned how to be a bartender, like a flair bartender. Like where you like flip bottles and do all that shit at a place called Fuel Bar. Now, I don't know where this is in Las Vegas, and we may end up there depending how much we drink, Friday night. But he was doing all the flippy shit with the bottles and ended up climbing up on the bar, had a couple beers, did the cheers. Like, yeah. So, I mean, overall, a great show. I mean, everything he does, I think that Howard Stern is the best interviewer in the world. And I think Steve Austin's right behind Howard Stern. It's just the way he is. And, I tweeted, he looked like he was having a blast chopping it up with Foley. And then with getting his ass kicked by these senior bowlers, he was just enjoying it. And Joe, I know you don't have A&E, you can't watch it, but man, if you haven't watched it, everyone other than Joe, please go out of your way to watch it because it is so entertaining. And yeah, like I said, man, we know what Steve Austin is to wrestling fans and in the wrestling world. Steve Austin outside of the wrestling world is pretty fucking awesome. Like, I want to hang out with that guy. And I don't even want to talk about wrestling. I just want to go to Denny's with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I'm going to invite Austin to a Mad Ants game, and you're coming with me.
Yes, the Mad Ants.
No, it's like when he had his USA show, when he was interviewing people. I was like, that's what I want to do. Like, spend a day with Austin. Like, have him ask questions about me that no one gives a crap about, but then go shoot some guns and eat some meat and drink some beers.
But the one thing that the Mad Ants didn't do, Kevin, is blow a 2-0 lead to the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, damn. Come on. What was I saying about leave the memories alone? It's a theme that keeps coming back. Keeps coming back to me, though, man. I'm telling you. Steve Austin's a treasure, man. It's great. It's great to see.
He's a national treasure, Steve Austin and Bon Jovi.
I'm glad.
But the thing is, it's like if you go back to like 21 years ago when 2002 was like his worst mental state, he was in a bad shape. Just to see him make that turnaround and still enjoy life this much like that, it is awesome to see.
Wasn't a guarantee it would turn
out.
And
he got to have a real last match.
Yes,
where he didn't regret it and wasn't in a bad mental state.
Yeah,
but then he came back last year though. So was it really?
That's what I'm
That's
talking.
what I'm talking about. But it was fun.
Yeah, because he was in a bad mental state when he came back against The Rock. He's admitted that, and that was a bad taste in his mouth. So he got to have closure. Well, I was speaking. Of course, you weren't paying attention.
Of course, you suck. Yeah,
exactly.
Fast forward to Crown Jewel 2026 when he comes out of retirement to face Shane McMahon. There we go. God damn it. Yeah. Or Mansoor. The Saudi Arabia Championship.
Undefeated.
Jason, do we have some listener emails?
Oh yeah, the mailbag.
Okay. Yeah, we got that again. That's good.
I guess none of you tried. I guess none of you tried to find that Dickie Roberts clip that I was trying to find.
Oh, my fault.
Thanks, guys. Way to be a team player. All right, let's see what we got here. So this is our mailbag for Brian and Jason. Brian first. Brian in all caps.
Oh.
The Steelers picked Joey Porter Jr. in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the pick? Is it because he is that good, or is it because his dad played for the Steelers? Brian went to Penn State. You probably watched a lot of this guy. Is he that good, or was it just because it was who his dad is? I think it's because of who his dad is, and I don't like that.
I'm good with it with where it is because, like you said, it was pick 32. It was the start of the second round, and the Steelers had a pick at 17. They ended up trading it up, I think, 3 spots to draft their guy, tackle out of Georgia. So if they would have taken him at 17, I might have been a little, I don't know, because I do like him. He's great size, great ability, but I think there would be a little bit of the, hey, pick my kid, right? I played for you, coach, right? And I would be there. The fact that he was available at 32, I'm fine with it. I think it's a good pick for the slot it was.
Yeah. Did you see the video of him not getting picked and Joey Porter Sr. trying to calm him down?
Little father-son talk there of
pretty interesting.
They want you pissed off now. You got it or something. So that's good stuff.
All right. For Brian, you guys talk about Kevin's son Brett a lot, but Brian, you have kids as well. When are you going to sit them down and make them watch wrestling? Imagine you did just that this upcoming weekend. What would you have them watch? Katie from Kansas.
Wow, that's a great question. I would probably, boy, you know what? I mean, one of my favorite women's matches was I really loved Charlotte and Asuka at WrestleMania a couple of years ago.
I picked that. I picked Charlotte to win that match and end the streak as well. I did. Look at
that. So yeah, I'd probably go with that. Yeah, I have 2 daughters. So yeah, I'd probably go with that. Not that it matters. The little times that she does watch with me, because it's usually bedtime whenever I'm starting to watch. She's always, impressed by the athleticism. So who knows? I mean, she's not going to be joining us at SummerSlam. Sorry to say. But maybe there's some other show around the weekend. Maybe there's an opportunity there, or another house show maybe later in the year.
There's got to be indie shows that run near you, Brian. That
there are a couple.
Maybe only get like 20. Maybe get like 35 people in the crowd. Maybe that's where you go.
Yeah,
but definitely do your research first, because you don't want it to be like Deathmatch Wrestling United.
Fiona, this is Hoodfoot.
This is the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, Joe, you said it best. Hey, Angela, I'm taking Harper to Harpo's. See you tonight.
All right. The next one is for the biggest loser of the draft. Guess that's me.
Oh,
that's you.
How does it feel to be a loser? Signed better than you, apparently.
Oh, MJF chiming in.
I feel okay because I got the first pick right. That's what I wanted more than anything. And more importantly, me losing is actually a win, because I have now allowed my friend Brian to pick up more shirts, because I tanked WrestleMania, I tanked the draft, and now Brian has 10 shirts instead of the 3 that he would rotate round and round. And now apparently he's a shop teacher wearing this flannel shirt. So I'm okay with losing the draft. I really am. So I'm a winner, even though I'm a loser.
I have to give a quick shout out when you talk about shirts to Ryan the barber. He hooked me up from his last Pro Wrestling Crate with a AEW Best Friends shirt. I don't know if that means him and I are best friends now.
Oh, that's cute.
He said, I don't want this. And he gave that to me when I got my cut last weekend. So shout out to Ryan. Thank you very much.
When your barber does that, are you inclined to give more of a tip?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brian, 8 shirts now. 8 new shirts.
All right. This one, I guess this is for everybody. But I think Brian and I should sit this one out since we've all done them. With AEW doing successful secret returns of Roddy Strong and Jeff Hardy, doesn't this prove what Jason says about secret surprises are better for wrestling? We'll go to you, Joe.
Absolutely. 100% yes. I'd rather have the secret surprises. I hate spoilers. Hate them with a passion. That's why I avoid the internet a week before WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble.
Kevin?
I agree. And you mentioned Roderick Strong. When End of Heartache came out from Killswitch, I had no idea what the hell was going on.
Yeah, right. Shout out to Killswitch Engage, Kev.
No, yeah, 100%. And that was the exciting thing is new music. I knew the song, didn't know why I was playing, and when you saw Strong come up, it was exciting.
I didn't know he got released. That's what made it even better.
Yeah,
released. But no, and I read an article on that. They don't announce releases in NXT.
Interesting.
Is what?
Yeah,
I'm guessing
it went under the radar.
Or the contract was up too.
I thought it was
maybe
perfect. Those type of debuts, that was perfect on a non-pay-per-view. He's not big enough for that, right? But on a random Wednesday, that was perfect.
All right. This is for the group. Do you know how to tie a tie? I do not.
I do.
And
I taught a guy at work how to tie a tie who was going to court.
Wow.
And I no fun story.
What's the story behind that?
Was his attorney the bass player from Downstate?
Downstate.
Same thing.
But no, the funniest thing
that's
is
the Downstate cover band is Downstraight.
So, that's their cousin, like Mel Kipper.
Yes.
It's actually straight edge.
Mm-hmm.
No, so I taught this guy to tie a tie who was struggling, and right, yada yada yada. COVID came. Haven't seen the guy in forever. There's a new ice cream shop that came up in Fort Wayne. We get ice cream. He walks up. He's like, "How do I know you?" And I'm like, "No idea." And I'm like, "Do you work at Force blah 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 where I work?" And he's like, "I used to." Go gets his ice cream. Comes out. He's like, "I know where I know you. You tied my tie when I went to court." And it was
now here.
Wow.
Here's my question, Kevin, because this is. How did you help him tie the tie? Were you in front of him doing this, or were you behind him doing that, or did you just tie it yourself and give it to him?
I tied it and I told him go Google it on YouTube.
That's how I learned.
That's how I learned.
I learned via YouTube and Google, step-by-step instructions, because no one in my family had a tie, had to wear a tie ever.
Yeah.
So it was just a matter of as a teacher, sometimes I got to wear one. I don't like it. I am not a tie guy 100%. I hate ties. But sometimes, yeah, come on, not at my school. Sometimes I have to wear a tie for events where it's charity or whatever. So I had to learn how to do it.
Jason, since you don't know how to wear, what would your choice be for SummerSlam? Clip-on tie or overalls?
Actually, I can do one better.
Yeah,
I can do one better. George Foreman has a line of ties that are zippers.
I've seen those.
I don't know. Wow.
And you can never know. I mean, Brian, the few times I've been dressed up around you, which is Bailey Harper's baptism, that was a zip up tie.
Oh my God! I kind of remember that.
You never know. You don't.
I feel like he said something. No, okay.
Yeah.
Nevertheless.
Yeah. Zip up ties. That's kind of my go-to because they look the part, and no one knows now. I'm sure that'll be a thing, down the road. Let's see. For me, I gotta stop saying shit. I know you are not a Snoop Dogg fan, but did what he with God? This is
terrible writing by this email.
Not you, Brian. Somebody else named Brian wrote this. Brian in Mississippi did what he pulled off at WrestleMania, where he completely improvised, knocking out The Miz after Shane tore his quad. Change your mind on Snoop Dogg. Now, look, man, he saved the segment. It was great. I don't know. There was a cameraman who was saying elbow, like was mouth like that was. I don't think that was visible on camera, but where I was, I could see it. Look, man, he saved a segment. Doggy Style's his only great record. He just opened up a Funko Pop store over in the City of Commerce. He just opened up a like a hot dog type shop. So look, man, I'm not. Like I said, the reasons, he was disrespectful to UFC fighters when he was working for the UFC, and that's what kind of just rubbed me the wrong way. And then finally, another one for me. You and Joe are usually against each other on the show, which is great, but I'm going to spin this on you. Name 3 things you like about Joe, and then 1 truth bomb about him.
Oh, geez. Wow.
His wife is really cool. I am her favorite member of the show. That's 2.
That doesn't count as something about me.
Well, it's your wife opinion of me. So yeah, when you're married, yours, what's yours is hers and hers is yours.
Sharing,
so
yeah.
Sharing is caring.
You're telling the guy who's been married the longest what it's to be married. Okay.
Yeah. And then the third one, Joe. Joe,
you had time to read this.
I was like, we're out of time.
I just read it now.
Oh, you just read it now. Okay.
I don't read these. I hit the notification and then I just leave them. You know what I do like about Joe?
He's tall.
Last summer, he owed me a 6-pack of beer in Nashville. However, the fact that every bar we walked into, I put my card down and said, these are the guys that can use this card. He accepted that. He didn't feel obligated to pay the bet. So I like that too. So thanks.
Wait. That sounds like I tried to pay you at Nissan. I tried numerous times.
That's where I thought you were going with that.
I thought it was going to turn into every time I tried to get you something, the stadium beer, because I was prepared to spend that all on Nissan. I was going to do it. And you're like, no, I'm good. And I'm like, even with Jessica, who you are her favorite, she even said, did you pay back the 6? I'm like, I really tried. I really, really tried.
So can I ask a question? Is the truth bomb going to be, I'm saving them for Ford Field, Joe?
I don't know. Cause I feel like Ford Field is probably like,
probably more expensive than Nissan.
See, I think it's cheaper. I thought it was cheaper. I thought Ford Field was like one of the.
Has Ford Field kind of like turned into one of those joints where it's still like Bud Light, Miller Light, or is it like
no? They
have
it's Michigan. A lot of Founders there too.
Okay.
Oh, fuck Founders. Not a fan of Founders. My truth bomb. Joe sucks.
Oh,
that's not a bomb. That's
it. That's it for the mailbag. If you have an email, thatwrestlepod@gmail.com, or you can send us a DM on social media at thatwrestlepod. Or if you're watching on YouTube, leave a question in the comments below.
Good idea.
And we'll do this. I don't like doing it every week. I think every other week is a good, gets a collection of emails. Look, there's only like 7 or 8 there. So I'm not going to like bullshit you and say we're getting thousands of emails every week, because we're not.
Right.
We get about 5 a week, give or take, and we'll hit it in a couple weeks. So, man.
Thank you for emailing, though. All the people who did email, thank you for that.
Yeah. That's
Sorry,
awesome
Jason
stuff.
Ruined the answer of 3 things that he liked about me. Made it all about my wife, which I like. I would put her as one of the top 3 things I like about me.
Hopefully that same emailer next time we'll do that to Joe to say about Jason, and we'll see maybe the things.
What was the emailer
named
Jessica? Was that the emailer's name?
I deleted it, so I don't know.
It's out of sight.
My bad.
So you better make Katie from Kansas happy and tell us what wrestling you're going to watch this upcoming weekend.
We're going to take that daughter,
ladies.
You know what's crazy about this weekend? Backlash is the same time as UFC 288. Last summer, I went to Money in the Bank and then walked across the street to the UFC event. So now, like, obviously, I'm going to be on my couch. I'm not, not going anywhere I'm not going to these events, but like, that Puerto Rico to New Jersey, I don't know if I'd be able to make it in time.
Right.
But I'm hoping this is the last time.
I gotta figure with the merger,
with the upcoming merger and everything. And then I was watching the UFC 288 press conference, and this guy, this is a big return for Henry Cejudo. He was he was an Olympic gold medalist, 2 division champ. He's coming back. He priced himself out. That's the only reason he's coming back. He thought he was worth more. Not the case. So he's coming back, and he's going to probably win. This guy, this reporter had the nerve to say, well, Henry, you're going to win the 145 if you win this weekend, and you've said you want to go up to 155. Are you going to add a SummerSlam wrestling at WWE on your championship? Yeah. I'm like,
that's your question?
What the fuck is wrong with you people? I'm not a journalist, but like, this is stupid. I don't know why. It's not even an official thing yet. So why ask these UFC fighters if they're going to show up in the WWE? Because it's absurd. Like, I literally turned the press conference off when he asked that. I'm like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
So
probably get one question a press conference, and that's what you do. So
so bad.
That's terrible. So let's get into Backlash Saturday night from Puerto Rico. We'll go around the horn with our preview and predictions. Looks like we have a 7-match card. We'll start with Bloodline, with the Usos and Solo versus KO, Sammy, and Riddle. I'll start off. I think the continuing tension. There's something going on with the Usos and Solo and Heyman. I think that continues. I don't see them. I see them taking a loss here, and that continues forward. So give me KO, Sammy, and Riddle for this one.
This is the beginning of Solo destroying the Usos, going with Roman, and the beginning of the Bloodline. The only thing I can see a little different, it seems that Sammy is more intent on destroying the Bloodline than KO is at this point. So I wonder if this is going to lead, Sammy's obsessed. Kevin calls him out on it, and then, that starts that breakup. But more than likely, I assume Solo is going to destroy the Usos, which means the good guys get the win.
I agree. Yep. I can see Solo getting frustrated and just walking out, leaving the Usos to fend for themselves to lose. I do see the good guys, though. I think I see a lot of faces actually winning in this event. But 7 cards, it's gonna be a fun event. One thing.
So I'm the only one picking the Bloodline for this one.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm picking the Bloodline because they're on different shows, so it doesn't matter. So Bloodline wins. It's not for the championship. Who cares?
Okay. About for the women's championship, this is the SmackDown Women's Championship, right? Rhea Ripley versus Lena Vega. Is Lena the hometown Puerto Rico girl, but certainly a big underdog in this one?
I'll go first. It will last longer than it truly should. Zelina's going to get a lot of offense in. Rhea's red hot, right? So she shouldn't lose anyway, but it will be fun. It'll be a fun match. David versus Goliath type.
I don't want the awkward title exchange next week.
Yeah. Right,
so I want Zelina to win and go to SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
And I want Bianca to lose, which I know we're not at that match yet, and then we can figure that and get the shit straightened out later. But Zelina Vega winning in Puerto Rico would be huge. Huge upset that no one sees coming except me. Zelina Vega's winning the title. Puerto Rico. Backlash.
Ooh. Caliente.
Rhea Ripley will win, and when Jason loses, he'll say, "At least I picked Pretty Deadly and Roman Reigns to win at WrestleMania."
And Charlotte to beat Asuka Street.
Yes. So it doesn't matter who loses, Jason finds a way to win.
I have to go with Rhea, but I do hope Zelina gets a great response. I hope the crowd's into it. It's like I said, they've said about it being her her home country. I think her grandma they've referenced in there. So I hope it's a fun competitive match. But I'm going with Rhea Ripley. And then we'll go into that next one today. Bianca and Io. I'm with you. I don't want some wonky, we're switching the titles.
We know how awkward it was last year with Charlotte and Becky.
Yes.
Like I don't want that.
Don't do that.
Street Profits a New Day.
And if Charlotte or not Charlotte, if Bianca and Rhea are these alphas,
yep. Mm-hmm.
They're not going to want to just give the titles away. So I think let's get shit right.
But Io's on SmackDown.
Right, so it doesn't.
So Selena wins, she's still on SmackDown. If Io wins,
Damage
it's still
Control's on SmackDown.
Yeah, so it's like
I'm still going Io. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, and I think this solidifies the Damage Control breakup. Because Io's been like side-eyed Bailey for the last like 3 weeks.
Fair. Yep.
Because Bailey's like doing shit and saying shit that makes no sense. So like, yeah, I'm in for that. Let's get a title change.
Bianca holds it till SummerSlam where she faces Charlotte Flair. They're on the same show.
Same situation. I think the challenger gets a lot of good offense in, some near falls. Bianca's gonna win. I would actually prefer both of them say they don't want to change their titles and say, let's handshake, let's meet at SummerSlam 2 months from now.
We get a unification or something.
Unification. Because realistically, both of them are top of the top, right?
Or I think they're going to. You think they're going to unify the women's titles?
No.
I don't. I think it would be exciting if they did do that, but realistically on paper, both of them are so above and beyond anybody else.
Yeah.
You have to build someone up to take that title off. Not saying they're a Roman Reigns, but Bianca is basically like Roman Reigns right now.
Jane Cena.
Like, yeah, exactly. So like, it's a great problem to have, but a bad problem to have for the WWE. That's the thing.
This is what I want to see because they're both top of the line. Like no one else is like at their level, right? Bianca stays the Raw champion. That means she can be on both shows. Rhea stays the SmackDown champion. That means she can be on both shows. That means that they can face the entire women's roster and anyone is
Wait,
eligible.
That's not what that means.
Why not? She's the Raw champion, but she got drafted to SmackDown. That means she still has to represent Raw.
They'll do that.
No, I don't want to see the belt change. I don't
want to see that either, but that it's what's going to happen.
I want to see Rhea being on both Monday and Friday nights. And I want to see Bianca on both Monday and Friday nights.
Or just change the belts. Get rid of.
But why is it okay that the women's tag champs can be on both shows, but the main women that we actually want to see
women's tag teams.
Yeah.
But the main women that we actually want to see every single show, why can't they be on both shows?
Because there are plenty of women singles matches to have each week, where there are not a lot of women tags that can happen every on each show. So wrong again, Joe.
Oh well, at least I won WrestleMania last year.
We were.
At least I predicted Edge to beat AJ Styles last year to start the Judgment Day.
Wow.
Real quick, did any of you watch Edge on Impulsive?
No.
So amazing.
Sorry.
Edge made me buy these 2 books. Edge has read 72 books this year.
Man.
Or maybe it was last year.
So
I've read 3.
And he was talking about Tim S. Grover, who is he has worked with Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, and to go from good to great to unstoppable is this one, and then the unforgiving race to greatness. I bought him. Edge was talking about everything from the sex celebrate. I know none of you will, but if you are listening or watching on YouTube and you want a good hour content, regardless of what you think of Logan Paul, watch Impulsive with Edge. There was also one with Rey Mysterio. They filmed them right before WrestleMania, and they did talk a little about WrestleMania because they knew what was going to happen, and they knew that these were going to come out way after WrestleMania. So it's all good. But Edge on Impulsive was so good.
25 years was his debut promo on Thursday. I saw him tweet about that. 25 years for Edge. Cool stuff. U.S. Championship match, triple threat, Theory, Lashley, Bronson Reed. I'm going to stay with Theory, but boy, I'd go for Bronson Reed. I just really enjoy it. Maybe it's still a little early for him, but boy, I love to see it. But I still think Theory's going to hold on.
Reed is ideal. I mean, he did beat Okada in New Japan. That's a pretty fucking big win to have, even though it'll never get acknowledged, on WWE. Because Roman's going to be here and there, I think it has to be Theory. Theory's going to be the guy on SmackDown.
Kev?
Theory.
Or
Theory. He got drafted. Big deal. Very quick. Wasn't he first draft of SmackDown on night 2? Mm-hmm. You can't draft that high if you're going to drop the title. Thinking logical here. And by the way, all you guys are picking I won WrestleMania. I picked Roman. Well, you know what? The automatic number generator helped me win Rumble shirts. I had nothing to do with that.
By the way, off air, I have an idea for next year's Rumble.
We're going to go?
That does not involve the number generator.
You want to share with the class,
we'll say it off air. We'll say it off air.
All right, got it. And where the hell did this match come from? Seth versus Omos.
Seth next.
I think even Seth said okay. So it's got to be Seth, right?
Seth.
We're in agreement here.
He has a show.
Save it, Seth.
I'm gonna go with Omos.
All right.
He's a free agent. He can go from both shows. And after the lackluster Mania performance against Brock, he's got to get a W. He needs a big win.
I just don't think it's going to be against Seth Rollins. My biggest thing with Omos right now is in my notes, my spell check is saying that's not his name. The other choices are Amos, Moose, Omos with an A, Ohos, and
almost
HMOS. I don't know how you pronounce that. HMOS. I'm gonna keep it that way there.
After that match, we're gonna call it No Moss because I don't want to see that match ever again. No.
I hope it'll be fun. I hope it'll be fun.
Seth makes anything good. It'll be an entertaining
the stomp on Omos is gonna be
be fun.
Through the ring. Hopefully he takes it.
Let's go. I think this will be the main event. I don't know for sure, but hold on. Let me go through my notes here.
We got two matches.
We got two matches here. I'll save what I think will be the main event for last. So we'll say this one is Brock and Cody. I'm going to say this is not the main event.
I bet you it's first.
It'll be first.
Oh yeah, that is the Brock move.
I think this is going to be Brock destroying Cody.
Yeah.
I did find the pull apart from Raw lame. I'm getting tired of these pull aparts.
30 security guards.
And, I know those security guys are local enhancement talent and extras. Come on. I mean, get bigger dudes.
At least it's not even accurate because the security guard I have at work every single day in the different shifts are 80 years old. So these security guards are way too young. Different angle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say, Brock is such a monster. They're trying to build Cody to be a strong, right, and confident. I see something happening like Brock running, Cody moving. Brock's gonna hit his head on the ring post and knock himself out to Cody pin him. Something like that, where Cody's gonna be very smart and tactical. Because in a one-on-one match, I just can't see Cody getting over on Brock legitimately.
Think how many times has Brock been in a match and he's lost? He loses a lot.
Yeah,
lately.
So last couple of years.
I mean, I think Cody needs, because didn't Cody make some comment about going back to the beginning and bottom of the list or back of the bus or whatever the saying is? Well, let Brock run him over because Brock's going to win that tie. He's going to win that participation trophy. I mean,
they'll have two guys who's never on the show with championships.
It's on Saudi. It's in Saudi, so it'll probably be Rollins and Brock in the final, and Brock's going to win. I still think Roman should win it somehow, but that's besides the point.
Oh, Heyman was teasing that on Monday. Yeah. Oh boy, put that seed out there.
I'm surprised Jay you didn't say Roman's going to be in Money in the Bank and he's going to cash it in.
He's going to cash it in himself.
Yeah.
I'm going with Brock as well. I think let's have Cody take another L and have to work his way back. I think, let's not just half-ass it. If you're going to have him lose to Roman at Mania and have to build it back up, let's have him keep him go down. So yeah, Brock wins for me.
Yeah, they're doing the WrestleMania 29 build of John Cena where he lost to The Rock and everything went downhill. He's losing this one too. Mm-hmm. Cena's first feud after WrestleMania 28 was to Brock, even though he won, but it was by disqualification. So yeah,
we agree we don't want Cody to win the participation trophy.
No,
right?
I don't want him
in the
that's
tournament.
why I want him on SmackDown. Yeah. I want him to win. I want him to beat Roman. That's the only thing that makes sense.
See you in 5 years, bro.
I want Cody to say, I don't even want to be in the tournament. I have one guy that I'll
That's
see.
Not the WWE Championship. It's not the one Dusty had.
Dusty never had it.
But he had it for that one night and it didn't count. The picture.
Right.
That's what Roman has.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
We'll be getting into this, when we know kind of what the format of, are they doing a tournament or a fatal 4-way? Who knows? We'll get into it. But yeah, I'm feeling the same way right now. As much as, we want to see Cody win. I think, you got to have him take down Roman, I would think. So then let's go to the main event. Yeah, I think this is what I think will be the main event. Damian Priest, Bad Bunny. We got a San Juan street fight. Joe, I'll let you start because you got one rule when it comes to these sort of matches.
Celebrities always win. Bad Bunny wins this match. And I don't know if you read the news this week about how it was originally going to be a tag match, but Bad Bunny has been showing such promise as a singles that they are giving him this. So
let's go.
Yeah, Bad Bunny wins. Damian Priest can take the loss too and be fine.
What would have been who would have been his partner, Joe?
Rey Mysterio. It would have been
nice.
Bad Priest versus Dominic cool.
And I'm sure they'll all be involved.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Street fight, you can have all that shenanigans and everything's legal.
A real question here. The real question is, at least for the four of us, white guys in our 40s, do any of us know a Bad Bunny song? Because I know none.
Booker T.
Oh, he did do that video.
Yeah, he did do that song.
That's the only one.
Wow. Yeah,
because he is the biggest mega star in the world. I don't know if you know that or not.
Oh my god, they laid it on so much on Monday.
Between that and Brock being the most decorated combat sports athlete in the world, which isn't really true. But yeah, those two lines every like 10 minutes it spurts out. Cow. I don't care who wins. Honestly,
it's a fun match. It's just fun.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it's a very big house show. I'll go with Priest with shenanigans.
Yeah. Do you think Priest shenanigans restart of the match, and then Bad Bunny wins for the home crowd?
Well, no, it's a street fight, so there's no disqualification.
Oh, that's true. That's good. No, I think I'm most excited for the crowd to see how they react to Bad Bunny, everything, because that crowd's got.
Does he come out on that trailer truck that he showed up at WrestleMania?
The mic.
The golden microphone, the Triple H.
Got to. I love it.
Will we see like Carlito backstage at all or anything like that? Like,
nah, probably.
I could see that. Sure.
Maybe the Colognes. Are they still on the roster? No, they're not on the roster.
No.
Garza and the Lotharios. I mean,
they're still on the roster.
Are they Puerto Rican or are they Mexican though? I don't even know. I'm not.
No, they're Dominican
with them. Okay, so there you go.
But would Joe mention if they moved it from tag to single match because he showed so much promise? That gets me even more excited for that match because
it'll be fun.
I hope
Priest brought it down with Morrison and Miz his first way.
I hope
he hit a Canadian destroyer, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I hope Bad Bunny wears Omos's shirt again because
and the hat. I thought he borrowed it from Undertaker. So it should be a fun show. I don't know, guys. I don't know what the plan is. If we're doing a post-show wrap up. Jay, you said UFC's on. I've got a beer fest. I think I'm going. What?
I'm out. I will not be doing a
so
post
you're
show.
out.
If you're gonna do it,
beer fest, so I may not be in the best condition to do that. So
I'm watching it live. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Well, because I'm gonna have for the first 2 hours of the pay-per-view, it'll be on my TV and UFC will be on my iPad, and then I'll flip at 7 Pacific. The wrestling will be on my iPad. The main card goes on. Yeah. So.
Multitasking. So we'll see. I'd say, if we shook the magic 8 ball, I'd say signs point to no for a post-show pod, but you never know. We'll see what happens. YouTube.com/That Wrestling Podcast. Please subscribe if you have not. At That WrestlePod for all the social media, and whatamaneuver.net for your merchandise needs. Enjoy wrestling. Enjoy Backlash. We'll talk to you next week on That Wrestling Podcast.
Thanks for listening. Follow That WrestlePod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
1, 2, 3, that's it!
Thanks for watching That Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And for more That Wrestling Podcast content, follow at That WrestlePod on social media.